Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass podcasters sit around and talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, tonight we are going to be discussing... We're going to be putting together the Ultimate Adventuring Party. I'm just reading the actual intro title to this, so I should probably use that instead. Involving pop culture characters of all sorts. I've got some interesting ones lined up that I'm quite excited about. And putting together the Ultimate Party, or are we just going to go individual classes? What are we doing?
I thought we'd do...
Well, I mean, let's go through the classes and think who would be good in each one of those. I mean, this is going to be... I mean, the Ultimate Adventuring Party is a ridiculously overpowered party with like 15 people in it. So
Yeah,
well, that's probably what we're going to end up with.
Very true. I should introduce everyone. Haven't done that yet as well. Also, everyone wave. We haven't done that bit. Russ.
Tom's not watching. He doesn't give a shit.
Nice one, thank you. He's not watching. It's his birthday, bless him.
Poor excuse.
Well, I mean, that's not the
14
reason
years old.
that's not the reason he's not here. There was that trial that they're doing about intelligence in chipmunks. He's been selected as like the human comparator. So he's currently in a maze at the moment looking for some nuts.
He does all right against Alvin and Theodore. Simon foxes him though.
Simon really buggers him up, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And he's cruel
Simon does
about
a
it
good
as
job.
well, which isn't nice.
Yeah.
Tom
Whoa.
finally gets to the end of the maze. He's all bedraggled. He's halfway through his little nut, and Simon just will not stop hassling him. And it does upset him, and it puts him off his game for the next trial.
And then they
I
start
think
singing as well, which is a bit much.
I think that's Simon's long term goal. It's
I'll
actually a
tell
bit
you how
nasty, isn't
tired.
it?
I'll tell you how tired I am. I was going to go, whoa, it's weird because the guy in the Chipmunks is called Dave, and I went, that's not Tom's name. His name's Tom. So I don't know what was going on there in my head, but that got weird. Anyway,
We're going to
joining
call
us
him
tonight-
Dave after Tom.
Exactly. Maybe that's where I was going. Joining us tonight, we have Russ. Russ, how's it going?
Hello. All right, thank you.
We have Duncan. Duncan, how's it going?
All right. Hello. How's it
Hello.
going, Dan?
Hola. I'm good. Radiant,
Well.
sir. Radiant. And I'm Dan. So, yeah, hello. I waved again. Don't know why. Anyway, moving on. We got a topic that I'm quite excited about. Duncan, this was your idea. So, take it away.
So, the idea was, because I spend a lot of time... I don't know. We all play D&D and listen to Critical Role. And, well, Dan watches it, but I listen to it. And so because of watching too many children TV and probably Disney movies, I start thinking of what class different characters would actually be in these shows. And initially it started with like just jokingly thinking, could we write a character sheet for Elsa? And I think on Twitter people do it. But I thought that would be quite a fun thing to do. Is just share the passion of just going, well, if we took some of our favourite characters from TV shows and film, what would they be? Now, there are a few rules to this to make it a bit more fun and less obvious and, well, actually boring, really, because, like, it'd be easy just to go, Lord of the Rings! Because
Gandalf is a wizard. There we
Gandalf
go.
is a wizard.
Solved that problem.
I mean, Aragorn is a ranger because he's a ranger.
It's almost like D&D took a bit of inspiration from Lord of the Rings.
From Lord of the Rings, yeah. So we're not doing that, and we're not.
Saruman's a
including-
necromancer.
No, Sauron's the necromancer.
Sauron's a necromancer. Saruman's just a wizard. Another wizard. Just a dick.
Yes, he's a wizard, but he's lawful evil, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So and then Harry Potter, they're all wizards because it says.
Yeah.
So the idea was anything that kind of it states. in
You
its
just can't be
name,
too bloody
class.
obvious with it.
Like Conan, we can't include Conan because he's a barbarian.
You could have him, but it'd have
TV
to be
host.
something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fighter. But yeah, we can't. That is kind of like the concept, and I thought we could make it quite fun and silly as well because I've obviously gone sometimes sensible, and it's also because the other day I've been watching too much Octonauts, so I decided to put each of the Octonauts as a class, figure out what it would be. So that might feature. So anyway, I suggested this, and the guys thought it was a good idea.
Like it. No, I like it. What class should we start with then? Where should we go first?
Well, so I think we should probably initially at least stick to the classic player handbook core 5e classes.
Yeah.
So let's just take them in order, but when I say order, I mean the order in which I remembered them and wrote them down.
Yeah.
So first one up is Fighter. Who have we got for a fight? Now, Fighter's a bit of a tricky because it's almost kind of it's the default, like you can't really think of anything else class slightly. So
except I mean they've done a very good job of making it more interesting recently.
Yeah, I actually quite like a lot of the Fighter subclasses and things, but it's not the most sort of immediately characterful thing. So, you know, we're looking for someone who's handy in a scrap but wouldn't necessarily get tipped over into one of the other classes. So who have you got for Fighter?
I don't have a fighter.
My obvious one is Amos.
I thought Amos was a barbarian.
Well, I mean, I think he could go either way, really.
Yeah.
Like he does that bit where he kind of like loses it and the eyes go crazy, and then
because then he really does. Yeah, of course, because then he really only takes half damage on piercing and bludgeoning.
If we exactly. If
the way I'm kind of picturing this in my head is if it was like a Jumanji situation. And these people were sort of teleported into the D&D world.
Jack says that actually Gandalf will be a sorcerer because his powers come from otherworldly influence.
Oh, fucking nerd!
Nerd! Anyway, let's talk about D&D
now we're going back to arguing about Dungeons and Dragons classes like the cool kids.
So, if you're talking Expanse and Fighter, then for me it's Bobby.
Oh yeah, Bobby actually.
Bobby's a fighter.
Bobby or drummer.
Yeah, or drummer I suppose as well. I don't know. Drummer would be a bit more.
As a monk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Bobby would be an excellent. Like she's a pure fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like we can't just populate this with Expanse characters. We need to be aware of this.
That's what Dan says to himself roughly every half hour. I can't just talk about Expanse characters.
I'm just crossing out all the other classes now.
What about Worf? Is it Worf from?
As in from Star Trek?
Worf is a fucking excellent choice as a
fighter.
So he is, except that he always gets the shit kicked out of him because
he's not very good at fighting, is he? That's the
they have to demonstrate that this thing they're up against is really powerful, so they always have it beat up Worf. He very rarely wins a fight.
It's sadly very true. Yeah, Worf is. The
only other one was Captain Bucky O'Hare.
I
don't know. I'd be tempted to maybe go rogue with him.
Yeah,
like if you're going like what's that class? Like is there one called a scoundrel, or
there's this swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler. That's it. He would definitely be a swashbuckler.
Yes, but I had a different one for rogue as a swashbuckler.
I mean that's fine. You know, we can have as many as we want.
I've got about 400 for rogue. That
So I have for fighter Alex Vance from Half-Life 2.
Yes.
Which should be pretty awesome. She's always very handy in a tight spot. Or Imperator Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, with her robot arm, bald head, and general badassery.
100%. That's.
I mean, I would also put down Judge Dredd actually.
Judge Dredd is.
So I'm gonna. I would.
A paladin.
I would lead him towards paladin. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's fighting for like an all.
It's very
God is the law.
I mean, he basically. I mean, he. Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
I think he's a paladin.
In Octonauts, I actually had Quasi because he is a pirate background, and he's not intelligent enough to be a monk.
And what animal is he?
Are they not all octopuses?
No, he's a leopard or cheetah.
Okay, yeah. They're fairly handy, aren't they?
In terms of, I'm trying to think of other fighters, but trying to think of a fighter there's always, I think it says something about fighters that generally there's always something more interesting about characters on TV shows and films that push them slightly into another class, potentially.
I think it's because it's a class where it's defined by actions, not character, quite so much.
I mean,
who's got the extra push when the chips are down? Rocky would be a fighter.
I mean, absolutely, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
wouldn't he be a
But he is a
barbarian?
fighter. Yeah.
No, because
I know,
he's all
Rocky
about
doesn't lose
he's
it,
all
though.
about control,
Yeah.
and boxing
Yeah.
is a very, very technical sport. Really, he's not
Jamie-
he's not a savage, is he?
Jamie says can't think of a fight Worf actually lost. Worf lost a ton of fights.
Worf,
That was the
Worf
whole
is
point
constantly
of it.
getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't mean he's not a fighter.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course he is. Yeah, it's just because
One
he's a plot
second.
device.
I need to move the dog.
This is some sort of horrific euphemism.
You just closed the door.
Oh my god, he's left his camera on. Oh no.
I mean, fuck. What's his name? In Rebels, the cartoon.
I don't know.
Okay. In Rebels,
So,
the cartoon. Oh no! Oh well, Chewie. Chewie is technically a fighter.
Chewie's definitely a fighter.
Yeah, Chewie would be a good fighter.
I'm
So
trying-
Can we not include
prefer
Jedi in any of
him
this?
to be a barbarian, but he
Then Mando is a fighter.
he doesn't. He the bit
Fucking
when he's
Mando's a fighter.
Mando's definitely a
Just a-
fighter. I mean, like I would say he's almost too much of a fighter to be allowed under our rules of it being too obvious.
Yeah, but
got
the
some really
obvious one
weird
is
choices
Boba
coming up, by
Fett
the way.
because he's like a weird two-dimensional character, which is what traditionally all two fighters are.
Defined by his actions, though. Once again, he's not great in a fight either.
Yeah, he's pretty dreadful.
I must get back to my back attack.
Yeah. Oh, this has been very stressful. Now I've got to go back to my back to
Go back to the back tank and have some dreams about stuff.
So I had someone defending Book of Boba Fett.
Well, that
to
person
me,
was wrong.
and they kind of swung. They kind of swung it round to me. They kind of swung it round a bit.
It's not good.
Where it went wrong was not where I thought it went wrong. But yeah.
Okay,
there we
I'm gonna give you a
So fighter, then
Sharp.
the one from Octonauts, because then we can get that one out of the way.
Mhm.
Huh?
Sharp.
Sharp. Oh my God, Sharp. Is
Oh my god,
Fighter.
yes. Yeah,
Like he's a high-level fighter though.
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Sharpish.
Sharp is our fighter.
No, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll keep Sharp as a fighter
What?
because also.
No, what
it's
were you
a
gonna
young Sean. Well, I mean, he's also borderline paladin, isn't he? But
No, I don't think so. I don't see him like that.
I always think of fighters because of Percy using guns. Then Sharp is, he's good. He's a good shot as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got strategy. So he's like the battle master subclass. So he definitely has superiority die.
I had Steve from Stranger Things as well.
Oh yeah.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
Oh, it's been so long ago that I watched Stranger Things, I can't really remember who these people are.
Of course. I also had Gary from Geordie Shore. That's kind of my joke option.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Isn't
I
there
like
like
Sharp.
isn't there like
Should we
a
go Sharp?
brawler category?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would be.
let's do Sharp.
Yeah.
I think yeah. If we have to go
okay,
to
cool.
pick one, Sharp is a fucking genius suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready? Shall we move on?
Right.
Yeah.
Where are we going to next?
So the next one that I wrote down
Yeah.
was Rogue.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
I mean, again,
Yeah. he's up there,
he
isn't
just is a pirate. I think that's too. He's already in that box.
But he could have been a fighter.
Mm,
And actually, at one point, you could even argue he's a warlock. but-
I had one that you'll love, Duncan.
yeah.
I had Lord Flashheart.
boom.
Huzzah!
As the rogue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, is there a rogue that specializes in the opposite of subtlety?
Absolutely.
I actually also thought Blackadder.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them.
Blackadder in the first series. Oh god, yeah, it'd be great to do like a Lord Flashheart character. Be a rogue, but do
I've-
like instead of sneaking in anyway, you just kick the door down and yell huzzah.
And technically, he could also be a fighter.
mean,
Because
so-
there's no subtlety.
Maybe he's a fighter. Maybe he's our fighter, actually.
Maybe he is, yeah.
There we go. Lord Flashheart's our fighter. Yeah. Riddick from Pitch Black, defo a fighter. He's more of a rogue or monk potentially, I think.
Yeah, I think you could go either way. He kind of in Chronicles of, he's a fighter. In the first one and the third one, he's more of a monk. I'd probably go.
Star Wars related, I had Cassian Andor as a rogue. But then I'm missing the obvious one, really, aren't I? So,
but she's not actually much of a rogue, is she?
I'm talking about Han Solo.
Oh right, I thought you were talking Jyn Erso, as in Rogue One. No. Yeah, I don't know, because the D&D rogue is not really like someone who's cool and roguish, is it? It's someone who's sneaky little shit, really.
James Bond as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's also a wee bit
on the nose.
But yeah, I mean, they are meant to be spies.
No, yeah, I think you could have James Bond. I think so. My suggestion was someone who, is a master of deception and subterfuge and infiltration. I was going to go with the Milk Tray Man.
Yes,
that's the one. There you go. The Milk Tray Man is definitely a rogue. I love it.
Yeah.
If you're under the age of
black
30, the Milk Tray Man was a man that used to break into people's houses and leave cheap chocolate.
Well, technically,
I mean, it was sort of breaking, entering / sexual harassment, but in like a charming, light-hearted way to sell chocolate.
I mean, does that make Santa Claus also a rogue?
Santa Claus is.
I mean, he's like a fey spirit, isn't he?
I always had him as like a bard.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I literally had him as a bard.
I know you had him as a bard.
We had him in the campaign, but he's. I've always considered him like being a bard, but also with maybe a couple of levels in rogue as well.
I also thought Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse is a good one.
Danger Mouse,
Captain Mal Reynolds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go rogue there.
Yeah.
Rogue with a couple of levels in fighter.
Yeah. Although not so many, he does lose a lot of fights again.
Yeah, like he took one or two and then was like, oh, it's actually a bit difficult, isn't it, multiclassing?
Like Jane is, if anyone is a fighter there.
Yeah.
No, who am I kidding? Zoe's the fighter there. Just cool, calm, collected fighter. Who else we got for rogue? My mind's gone completely blank. I felt like I had loads for rogue. Now I can't think of any.
I mean, it's hard to pick, like, there's loads of like game characters who could be rogues, like your guy from Dishonored and stuff like that. But I feel like they're a bit too obvious. They are literally just D&D rogues.
Every Assassin's Creed character.
Yeah, like you cannot have Ezio as this because it's too bloody obvious.
Yeah, or oh god, no, my mind's gone completely blank. Gone completely.
Super Ted.
No clue.
Because he's like
Super Ted.
I don't think Super Ted really naturally fits into any of the classes.
Oh, yeah.
No, a fighter, if anything.
I mean, the Saint would also be a rogue.
The Saint's a deep cut. I mean, nearly as deep as the Milk Tray Man, but like.
I know. I mean, it's just a spy, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Well, so, like spy, assassin,
thief.
Yeah, thief would get in there.
Oh, what? So like
So you could have like Danny Ocean. He'd definitely be a rogue.
Ah, there you go.
If you want to go more towards the sort of
Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment.
Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm lost in.
I don't think is that the one with her and Sean Connery?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that film.
Where we're supposed to consider them a viable option as a relationship.
Yeah, but she was going out with Michael Douglas, so it's not that much of a stretch.
Yeah, but I'm pretty certain that Sean Connery, even at the time, was in his 80s. Good Lord, I'm having camera problems. Hang on.
There he is. Beautiful.
There you go. Hello. Yeah.
I suppose Ant-Man would be a rogue.
I had Ant-Man. I'd have Ant-Man something different. potentially.
Oh man, yeah, that's
He's a
tricky.
thief. I mean,
He's a thief.
fundamentally,
He is
he's a
not
thief.
host.
He's a bit shit at it, but he's a thief. But no, he's all right.
Okay, if we're doing it, but
and I
Gambit
spo-
would be a rogue, I suppose.
Yeah,
which is
Gambit.
ironic because he's constantly trying to get in rogue.
And hey,
And
rogue isn't a rogue. That's the
rogue's
thing.
not a rogue. No, but then that's because she is a rogue, but she's not a D&D rogue.
No. And the blah, 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 the only other one, I mean, Black
Nightcrawler
Widow.
would be a rogue, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Nightcrawler would be an amazing rogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a spell. I don't know if rogues can get it, but there is that basically does Nightcrawler teleporting, isn't there? Is it called Blink or something like that, where you sort of go
Something like that,
thump, thump, and bounce around the room?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That
Nice.
rings a bell. Yes. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. I'm trying to think. I don't know anymore.
We can always come back to it. Should we move on
We
from
can,
rogue?
yeah, if we think of any yet. Okay, we'll go next.
Okay, next one I had was Paladin.
I have no fucking clue for Paladin.
So my one for this was my Commander Shepard from
Oh shit!
Mass Effect, who is a total. I mean, she's a total dweeb. She's a total paladin.
That's nearly every game I play. I will be that. So yeah.
So
Michael Knight from Knight Rider is a rogue. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Josh? Oh no, Josh is too young.
No.
I know he doesn't pay attention to this.
What about? Sorry, going back to rogue. Statham in Fast and Furious, potential rogue.
Yeah, I think he could be,
He's a
couldn't he?
fighter, isn't he?
No, but he's like
What
he's
about-
like special ops guy, isn't he? So
Yeah.
yeah, he's more than just a fighter.
Yeah. Ethan Hunt as well, rogue.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Paladin. Oh, Moana.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because she's led by the sea, and it's a sea spirit. I was thinking, oh, it has to be a god, and it is. It's
I-
Tahiti, and
we
Love
don't need to
it.
get too technical with the rules, but yeah, she's a good. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's really
I mean,
good.
I always had her down as a ranger. Then I thought, no, she's not. She's guided by the sea.
No, do you
My-
know who she is? She is Moana. She says so
She's
in the
Moana.
song.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Moana is definitely a paladin. I love that. That's one of my favourites so far.
My Oxenor, I was going to say Captain Barnacles, but because he does everything, like as paladins
Yeah.
kind of sort of do. However,
Hmm.
I've got him as now a different class. But yeah, I thought paladin. Anyway, sorry.
I went slightly deep cut with the TV series I haven't watched in a while for a couple of characters because I also had Starbuck as a paladin as well. That was the other one.
Yeah, interesting, because you'd initially think that she was like a rogue or
Yeah.
a fighter or, maybe probably one of those to start with. But then,
Yeah.
she'd turn out to be a paladin.
Yeah.
Nice.
He-Man as well.
Yeah, pretty
Yes,
classic.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I mean, people might think he's barbarian, but he's not.
No, he's a
No,
paladin.
he's a paladin.
Looks like a barbarian, but he's a paladin, imbued with the power of the...
Yeah. Oh, Optimus Prime would be a paladin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got the touch.
Anyone who's going to stand up and make a tedious speech, I'd probably
Yeah.
put as a paladin.
I kind of also thought Batman might be a paladin.
You see, okay, I knew Batman was going to come up at some point, so I've been thinking about this. So,
I also agree that he's not a paladin.
brief interjection for what Batman is, and I think it depends on what your Batman is. So, my Batman is a rogue / monk.
There.
Okay, sneaky, does a lot of fighting, but also does a bit of detective work as well. If you go in Christian Bale or Tim Burton Batman, he is an artificer / monk. Does a
Yeah.
lot of fighting, but also has a lot of gadgets. That's what I've been thinking. I was
I
thinking
just
about
thought
this.
he was a pure monk. Because he's got I mean, monks are intelligent. He's.
Yeah, true.
The
Way of the
Patterson-
Shadows monk.
Yeah. Batterson is, to me, he's like. He reminds me of Bo. Like,
Yeah.
Because he'll do a flurry of bows.
Yeah.
And he's got, because he doesn't use guns or anything.
No.
He's very fisty or ninja stars.
I'll tell you who else is a rogue. Rambo is a rogue, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he's
but yeah,
crap with
so
stealth.
I had
He's crap with stealth attacks because
yeah.
Not
drew
all
first blood.
rogues are stealthy.
I had I've been thinking about Batman, but I think Batman's a multi-class. I think
Yeah, he's definitely got like
some
bits of
intelligence in there. Yeah,
like, there is definitely a level or two of paladin in there.
yeah, 100%. So any more? So we on rogue still? Paladin. We're on paladin, aren't we?
And there's a few obvious, like people like Superman. So I think that's too
Superman's a
obvious
paladin,
though.
Yeah, that worships the sun. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thor is also,
Thor is a paladin.
because essentially he worships himself.
Well, he believes he gets his power from his hammer, to at least
Yeah.
to start with, anyway. So yeah, and he does worship the gods who provide the power, although he is technically one of the gods. So whatever.
Yeah.
But he's Thor is a paladin. I kind of had Captain America as a paladin as well,
Yeah.
because
It's going to stand up and make a tedious speech.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, there's loads of paladins.
Cool. So it's quite, I think Paladin's probably quite an easy one to find in pop culture.
Yeah.
If you go like for the for
I'm
someone who's
sticking
sort
with
of
Moana. I want
fairly
Moana
straight-laced
paladin.
hero.
Moana's
type.
my favourite. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Moana's
like
really good
Moana.
because it's not an instantly obvious one.
Mm.
Right. So next up, we're looking for a cleric.
Well, I had Peso from Octonauts because he's a medic. But obviously, I mean, come on, Father Jack or Father Ted are both obvious clerics.
Thor is a paladin, Jamie. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Nursey from Blackadder. You can tell what TV series I've been watching. As a cleric
brilliant.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant.
I'm trying to. I've not watched anything of any relevance. I watched Thor. What am I talking about? But it's trying not to be too on the nose.
Coward decides to
any more
focus on the
clerics?
wall, not me. Don't focus on the wall. I'm the interesting thing. There we go. I've got a few for cleric.
Go on then.
So if we're looking for sort of pure healer ability, the Super Vet from the BBC programme Super Vet. It's going to be pretty good, and he's got experience with a wide range of creatures. Baby Yoda, be very useful, but probably a bit of an encumbrance on the party as well.
Mm-hmm.
Movement speed of probably about 5. Or Charlie Fairhead from Hobby City.
I mean, Dr. Kyle from Neighbours.
I had Dr. Carter from ER as well while we're on it. So,
However,
Yeah, I
there is
Carl Kenzie, I
only-
never saw him do any medicine. He mainly sort of had affairs, didn't he?
Yeah, but there's only one cleric, and when I
Who's that?
say this, you'll go, "How did I not think of this?" It's Crichton. I will not hear anything else.
Oh yeah,
He's
that
our
is brilliant.
cleric.
Actually,
no, I like that.
that's really good.
Yeah, no, that is really good. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, Crichton can be the cleric then.
Yeah,
Next.
Definitely.
right, it's fantastic.
But I did like all those lists. I mean, oh, Dr.
Hawkeye from MASH as well.
Yeah.
But,
Actually, there's quite a lot on.
Yeah, we're basically just listing healers now, aren't we? So that's not quite.
I think it's quite a like that is that's kind of what your cleric has to do. If they're not going to do some healing, they're not a huge amount of use as a cleric.
Well, apart from Friar Tuck, like
They've got to believe in something as well. So yeah.
Friar Tuck, because he's a fighter, because you do get clerics of war.
Yep. And also,
The baby-eating bishop of Bath and Wells.
I said I am the baby-eating bishop of Bath and Wells. You don't have any children, do you, Blackadder?
I love that the Bishop of Bath and Wells is an actual, still like an extant title.
Yeah.
So there is
And
a
every time I hear it,
baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells.
Bath and Wells. Yeah.
But Bishop, like the clergy in general, strike me as people who would appreciate Blackadder.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
So I'm sure the baby eating Bishop of Bath and Wells is all for it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think. I'm now just going back through. What about Brian from Life of Brian?
Yeah, well, he's a bit different because he's not really anything.
No, but he is. Yeah,
he's kind
not
of
Jesus, is he? So
he's kind of forced into a sort of paladin/cleric role, but he doesn't actually want to be doing it.
That's actually the best kind of cleric. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So that's clerics, yeah.
Cool. Okay, right. Next up, we need a ranger.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had Meredith from Brave.
Pretty good.
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
I had Maid Marian.
Fucking Maid Marian. Yes.
Obviously
TV series.
from Maid Marian and Her Merry Men.
Yeah. Not any other. Maid
I
Marian.
didn't know if that was going to be too obvious though.
It
I
is,
mean,
but at the same time-
I'm ruling, and I'm apparently in charge of this, and I rule it's okay.
I mean, I think it's okay because it's Robin Hood who would be the obvious.
Yeah, Robin
ranger.
Hood's the one. Robin Hood's the one that's too obvious to be allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that Robin Hood in Maid Marian is utterly incompetent. You wouldn't want him in the team anyway.
No, he's not in the team. He's definitely not in the team.
I mean, the other obvious one, but he's not really pop. Oh. Ray Mears. But he's a real person.
Oh yeah,
so-
well, I mean, he's on telly, isn't he? That counts as pop culture.
I mean,
Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men as well.
Mm-hmm.
Had him. But yeah.
I love like Buzzier though. I don't think you can get
Light Buzz, yeah.
Buzz, yeah.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like not too sort of, despite the fact that he's got the word ranger in his sort of name, it's not actually too obvious a
Only
choice.
had one glass of wine.
I'm having some 6% beer. That's
Oh,
entertaining.
I feel.
Oh.
What is it? That looks nice. What is it?
It is Siren Thought Bubble. It's now sponsoring the podcast for tonight, so congratulations, guys.
Well done.
Send us some free stuff. We've discussed how that's how it works, isn't it?
Rope people into sponsoring you against their will.
Yeah, after we've said what it is. But yeah. Any more from Ranger?
No, I kind of struggle with this one to come up with ones that weren't too obvious.
Brave Star. Is it Brave Star?
Yeah.
The animation.
Yeah.
Brace, I'd probably put him
Obvious.
as cleric or a paladin.
Or Druid actually, because he morphs into different animals.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's got a robot horse. Where does that fit into things?
Just it does. Doesn't matter. Don't think about it too much.
I'd Gamora and Nebulous as well. Nebulous from Avengers as well.
Yeah,
Guardians of the
nice.
Galaxy, I suppose.
Very sort of like capable on their own, out in the field, all-rounder types.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yes.
I also had.
Duncan's about to hit us with another Octonaut.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, like your police detectives, like Rebus or Taggart, maybe because they're good at tracking. But like, I don't know if you really want a tubby, out of shape
Whoa, guys.
ranger.
How have we missed Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Oh my god. That is-
Is he still going?
There we go. That's our Ranger. He wasn't very well, was he? I might be wrong on that.
I don't know. It's been a while since I caught up with the escapades of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Who always gets his man? Who was that? I can't remember. Fuck it. Who cares?
Dan has checked out.
Is actually
Yeah.
Captain Sparrow a ranger?
No.
No, he's a rogue.
Well,
Dealt with. No, he's not a ranger.
No.
You don't really have like sea rangers, do you?
You do. I'm pretty certain you do. I might be wrong. Ones that are good on sea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a few for
Yeah.
ranger.
Yeah.
So this next one, I think there could be some good options for this.
Yeah.
Bard.
I'm proud of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Dewey Finn from School of Rock.
Excellent suggestion. Yeah, that's very
Basically,
good.
I wanted my bard to be Jack Black,
Yeah.
one way or another. So
No,
Dewey
that's-
Finn
that's perfect.
inspires other people whilst being an excellent musician and telling an excellent storyteller himself.
I was actually going to suggest, because of the meme and everyone loves him, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things.
What do you reckon, Russ? Eddie Munson?
Yeah, I think probably, but then again, maybe not quite, and it's just one of those, isn't it? So if you look at it in balance
Eddie
and
Munson
consider all the factors,
doesn't
maybe.
inspire people, though. Where are you at with Stranger Things before I ruin anything here, Duncan?
I'm just going on what everyone's talking about on Twitter
So-
and interwebs.
The whole thing about Eddie Munson is he runs away from situations.
Don't some bards.
So I would say, yeah. No, he plays guitar, but he doesn't. There's nothing inspiring about Eddie Munson.
All right.
So this thing about you can't just think any old prick that has a guitar.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Ed Sheeran would be a shite bard, for example. So
inspire you to turn the radio off.
yes,
Dave Vanian would be an amazing bard.
but he wouldn't. He wouldn't. For me, he would, because I'd do anything for him. But for most people, probably not. Jack Reacher is a ranger, former sniper, ranger, range weapon specialist. Would spend all day in the wilderness tracking enemies. Good
Yeah, see
That's very
that's a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
Jason Bourne actually would. I know you would think rogue, but I think actually also.
Yeah,
Monk,
probably more
potentially
a
as
ranger.
well.
So my suggestion for bard is someone who can spin an enchanting tale and definitely provides inspiration to his team. Luis from Ant-Man.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, my
I do
bard
like
was
that.
possibly going to be Ariel from the Little Mermaid.
The Littlest Mermaid.
The Littlest Mermaid.
Yeah,
But I like
got a
Louis,
good set of pipes, definitely.
apart from when she's walking on land.
We watched The Little Mermaid the other day. Good film.
It's all right. You could go for the double team of Timon and Pumbaa as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
that would be a great.
Hmm.
That's a great shout. There's quite a few good.
Or there's the genie, of course, but you know, basically, everyone in Disney sings inspirational songs. That
Yeah,
is
it's sort of their jam, isn't it?
50% of exactly, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The other one I had was Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec.
Yes. I had also a saxophone guy from the Lost Boys. Sings inspiring songs that really like rouse a rabble. Yeah,
Does he
actually
sing?
thought
He just
Fresh-
plays sax, doesn't he?
he sings and plays sax. So like he does a bit of singing and then he does the sax bit like halfway through with one hand, greased up. Yeah,
I actually thought the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, because he actually just starts off. Let me tell you a story.
he does.
Yeah, I think he would be a bard. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Oh, the Dean from Community as well.
As bard?
Yeah, I reckon so. Unless maybe Rogue. He's great with a disguise kit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but bards can be good with the disguise kit. There is nothing, because there is the charlatan background for the bard, and therefore you do get, I think.
I watched the Peanut Bar episode again, where he just starts going off on just a mad rap. It's so funny. And I've watched it to so many different songs now as well, and it's so fun. It's so good.
Cool. Any more for Bard?
Well, a real person, Tom Cardy.
Yeah.
Potentially for Bard as well. He inspires me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. And like you
Bard
get the sense that he's able to sort of come up with something in any situation on the spur of the moment.
Yeah. Oh, the ultimate Bard. How are we missing this one? Flaming guitar guy from Mad Max.
Oh, called the Doof Warrior, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
definitely.
Plenty of Bards,
Definitely.
yeah.
That's going to give you a D4 on your inspiration, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next?
Could be some logistical issues getting him down like narrow passageways, but seeing as he is mounted to a truck.
No, I like the School of Rock.
I mean, just Jack Black
Jack Black.
as himself would do quite nicely, really.
Yes.
Um,
Cast of Glee.
No, because they're not inspiring.
No. Nope.
right, Wizard.
Even though they said don't stop believing, I stopped believing.
Now this one's quite tricky because
Wizard.
you can't have an actual wizard.
I actually thought. I actually thought Moss from the It Crowd.
Very good, because you're looking for someone with
That's
that sort
great.
of like
Great one, yeah.
book learning type smarts.
And who also would be really good at Street Countdown. Who's going to be really good at Street Countdown?
Mm-hmm.
Your wizard.
Wizards are all about writing down spells, reciting them, and understanding exactly how they work, aren't they?
Which
Yeah.
is Moss.
Yeah, it's like an analytical
Pulling something
kind of thing.
apart and putting it back together again. The guys from MythBusters. I don't know. I have to be honest, I didn't think of a wizard. So
I think they're probably more artificer.
yes,
And that's the problem. Like, I also thought Moss could be an artificer because he invents.
Have you seen any of Adam Savage's like YouTube stuff?
yeah, it's really good.
Just his Cave of Wonders is unbelievable.
It's exactly that.
His like replica props and things that he's got. Absolutely, just
And also,
amazing.
he's got a ton of Expanse stuff in there as well because he's like heavily involved.
He's got everything in there. He's like, this is where my sci-fi blasters are, and he'll open up this cupboard, and it's like every sci-fi gun you can think of is in there. Absolutely, just incredible. Who's now for wizard? I thought Doc Brown could be quite good as a wizard. Or who I quite like to see playing a wizard would be Rincewind from Discworld, who is not a wizard in Discworld, no matter what he thinks. So I think it'd be quite a nice opportunity to give him the chance to actually be one.
Yeah. Rick from Rick and Morty potentially as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Although once again, Artificer.
Yeah, but
I've not really seen Rick and Morty, but I kind of think of him as like the chaotic evil version of Doc Brown anyway.
Yeah, no, he's that's exactly what he's meant to be. Well, Rick and Morty are meant to be. It's meant to be a parody on Back to the Future. So
what else was I
I
don't
don't know if
really
you can
have
see this, but this is Two Pants.
Two Pants. Don't know who else would be a wizard. You want someone who's like really good at computers. So I was thinking of
Sandra
Say
Bullock
it.
from The Net.
Say
Yeah.
it. Say it.
you know I want to say Swordfish.
No, say the blind guy from Sneakers.
Oh my god. No, I'll leave it to you.
Blind guy from Sneakers. Now there, I'll say it.
Yeah, it's a trick because Wizard's such a. It's the one where you kind of have a picture formed in your head the most when you say the word. So it's hard to think of anyone that doesn't fit too neatly into that.
It's actually what's his name? Not Tummy, but one of the gummy bears, the one that actually reads the book and tries to cast spells. He's a bit shit,
Okay,
but he is technically a wizard because he
Duncan,
reads.
we don't know who that is.
I can't remember his name. I've been watching Gummy Bears as well.
You can have like Mickey Mouse from Fantasia.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. He was.
Although actually, no,
He's
I
the
mean, he was
Sorcerer's
training to be a sorcerer.
Jamie
technically.
Mumra, wizard. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Mumra's more of a sorcerer, right? That's like sort of natural powers, right?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, Willow is literally trying to be a wizard.
Yeah.
I know that has probably been a bit obvious, but it's not directly that obvious.
He does mention that he's a powerful wizard as well, whilst not being a powerful wizard. So.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I've got a fun one. What about fucking Spider-Man's friend? What's his name? The guy in the chair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, what is his name? How's that fallen out of my head?
I completely gone.
Hold on.
I mean, technically, Doctor Strange is a wizard. He's not a
The hell
sorcerer.
is his name?
Sorcerer. He's the sorcerer supreme.
Yes, but it wasn't innate.
But he is
All
like
of it.
in D&D terms, he's a wizard, isn't he?
He is a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell have I
Because
forgotten
he's
his
only
name?
done it from learning and learning books.
So thoroughly. Ned, for God's sake.
Ned. Yeah. So Ned would be a wizard.
We'll go with that.
He'd be a wizard and your man in the chair. He'd be your wizard in the chair.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like other potential wizards. Wizards is a
Peyton
difficult one. Huh?
Peyton, Matt? No, I don't know.
Ned. Thanks, Paul.
Peyton Manning, but
Yeah. Peyton Manning is a wizard. You're absolutely right.
Bill Belichick, but he's like really dark. He's lawful evil.
Necromancer. They have the length that Tom Brady's been playing for.
Cool, we've got a few for wizards. So the next up I have Warlock. Now, I couldn't really think of anyone for this.
Skeletor.
Gaius Baltar.
Oh, yes.
I heard.
Yeah, perfect. Doesn't really understand what he's doing, but will happily do it anyway.
By the end of the series, is basically a god with essentially a deity stuck in his brain.
Yeah, that is a really good
That was
shout.
this is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the one I've been thinking of.
Somebody
Gaius
said it so
Baltar
quickly
was a-
before
was a
Duncan got
warlock.
in there.
Oh, and while we're at it, was that sorry?
Before
And while we're at it as well, what's his face?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
The captain from The Expanse. Fucking hell.
Oh, what, Ashford?
Holden.
Holden?
As a
Oh,
warlock,
Holden. Yeah, he's a warlock, sort of.
Yeah, I suppose he is, isn't he? Yeah.
I put Skeletor.
Skeletor's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, Skeletor could be quite a good warlock. Well, not a good warlock. He'd be an evil
Actually, Megatron in the film because he has Omicron.
Omicron.
Did I say Omicron? Unicron.
But they may well have used the word Omicron at some point in the Transformers movies. I'm pretty
Omicron
sure they
per
did.
se. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Megatron's a good one as well. But Gaius Baltar was one I was super proud
Gaius
of.
Baltar is amazing.
Other
That
one
is
that I thought
absolutely
actually
perfect.
was a warlock is Moon Knight.
There you go.
Because who says a
Absolutely
warlock always has
a
to be
warlock.
evil? But he is definitely a warlock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Right. Barbarian.
Hulk was too obvious, but
I mean, yeah, the Hulk is a good one, yeah.
I'm going. I love Amos. Well, we all love
Yeah.
Amos, but you know.
Yeah, Amos could definitely go Barbarian. I had Luke Hobbs for this one. Because he does, like, that bit where he's in hospital, he literally rages and flexes the casts off of his arms.
I like that.
And then after that, he like, doesn't he sort of, I think he crashes an ambulance into a drone and then rips the minigun off the drone and uses it to shoot a helicopter down in the space of about 2 minutes.
That is absolutely what happens in that film. Yeah. Yeah.
That is actually a full barbarian.
Yeah. I like that.
So I think he'd be my barbarian.
I mean,
Yeah. No, I like that. I like Amos as well as a barbarian.
I mean, Hulk is a very obvious.
I missed one as
someone-
Warlock as well.
someone who's
Gambit.
raging.
oh yeah, Gambit.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Wolverine would be a barbarian as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
You need someone where there's that like switch that can be flicked in some way.
Yeah. Exactly. That's Wolverine for me as well. Any more barbarians?
I was just trying to think. I mean, I could also say that you could also say Rambo was a. He doesn't wear armor,
I think Rambo is more of a ranger.
but I can see. I mean, in one of the later Rambos, he is definitely more barbarian. I don't know.
I think like there might be a bit of a multi-class going on there. Yeah, and like in the last Rambo film, I'd say he's definitely a barbarian because it's mainly just him ripping people to pieces with his bare hands. It's pretty insane.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, the T-100. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really rage, does it? So
Yeah,
I think
like-
emotions really.
It's it's not a barbarian, is it? It's probably a fighter, if anything.
I mean, the Hulk is
Yeah.
definitely a barbarian because he transforms.
Oh, Hulk is 100% a barbarian.
Yeah, Hulk, like he's the absolute. He's like the epitome of barbarian.
Apart from Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, it's too obvious. Too obvious. Not allowed.
Because we can't. Yeah, no, no, I know. I'm just trying to think. Who else would be?
Chewbacca, we've already discussed.
Yeah, Chewbacca.
So I think
like
Chewbacca
that.
should be a barbarian. But the really obvious moment when he should have been a barbarian and raged and run around splattering stormtrooper guts all over the place, he didn't do it. He just looked mildly miffed and then sort of buggered off.
Oh, what's his name in Rebels? The one that is the last of his kind with the cool.
Yeah, you can do that as much as you like. I still haven't seen Rebels.
I'm looking at Dan Cringe.
Drax as well, by the way.
Ah, yeah, definitely. Goes from being so still that he turns invisible to force of nature.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Any more for any more?
Blade? Or I was thinking Blade maybe as a blood hunter, but if we're doing specific classes, but
Yeah, so I mean, we haven't, that's Bloodhunters in. Well, it's from the Wildbound book, isn't it? Bloodhunter.
It's not. It's just like they've just added it in loads of other things that aren't really available.
it's a wee bit of a homebrew. But now it's like an official class.
Okay,
Blood
so
Hunter, I suppose, would be Blade. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, probably again a bit on the nose, maybe.
Yes.
Okay, Druid.
The
David-
rat from Ratatouille. But go on.
David
Nice.
Attenborough.
Oh, I had David Attenborough.
I quite like that.
Yeah. Or Neil from The Young Ones.
Fuck! I was going to say Neil from the Young Ones. You prick. Neil from the Young Ones is such a good druid. Yeah.
I mean, he'd be a terrible druid, but
It'd be awful.
he'd
but,
be an amusing druid. Yeah.
Dr. Doolittle
Yeah.
is essentially a
Nice.
druid.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Attenborough is my druid.
Shaggy
Shellington from Oxnauts.
Oh, of course. How could we forget Shellington?
from Octonauts. That guy that fucks animals in Avatar. Sorry,
It's the
the very definition of animal husbandry.
it's the pervert subclass of druid.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Can we add Terry Nutkins then as well to this?
Yeah,
Oh yes.
And Packham.
Dave Angel.
Dave H.
Dave Angel. It's basically any BBC, any like children's BBC nature presenter, plus Dave Angel and Neil
Plus
from the Young
Dave
Ones.
Angel, Eco Warrior.
What class would Robocop be? Robocop probably be a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
probably. It's difficult where things are like automatons. It's difficult to assign them a class, really, isn't it?
Oh, by the way, Paladins, Space Marines as well, obviously. From
Well, you know, it
40K.
depends what champs you're talking about. Ultramarines definitely paladins. Tedious little shits.
They were always my favourites.
Dark Angels could actually be warlocks. Almost.
They're all still Paladins. All Space Marines are Paladins.
Yeah,
And
they've
all
got like different multi-classes and different things.
And all Chaos Marines are warlocks, we know, but
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, I mean, like some of them are more sort of rogues, aren't they? A lot of them are more just sort of pirates.
Well, a lot of them just stop believing in the Emperor, so that makes them fighters, barbarians, you know, all kinds of stuff. The Chaos Space Marines are much more interesting than the regular Space Marines, it would seem.
Braves, Braves, Lone Star. No, I'm just trying to think of other. I did
Barbarian, Phil Mitchell.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Best one.
That's the one I meant to. That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay, right, we've got a couple more to go.
Druid,
So we're not getting more druids. Who do you have as
sorry,
your
save
monk?
that. Monk.
Monk.
Captain
Batman.
Barnacles.
Batman, Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, Neo would be a
as
good
well.
call.
Yeah.
Boring monk.
I think
Yeah.
Neo is actually probably is a really like an excellent choice for monk.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, kind of any of that lot from the Matrix.
Yeah. All good monks. Except for Morpheus, who is a paladin. And you said Morbius then.
Other. Yeah, I mean, I only thought of. Obviously, I've only been thinking of Oxnauts and Disney princesses, which is. None of them are monks. And I actually didn't come up with a monk for it. Oh, well, Mulan is. No, Mulan. Mulan is either a fighter or a monk.
Yeah.
I'd probably lean more fighter for Mulan. Like it's not Disney, but Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon
Yeah?
It's Disney.
is a monk. Is that Disney?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
There you go. She's a Disney princess then.
Kung Fu Panda.
Is. Yeah, a monk.
Just saying things now.
You are just saying things. But yeah, Batman. Batman is the obvious monk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so last class then, sorcerer. So we've had a couple of like
Oh, well, I go with Elsa. Like that's where I started. Like she's like level 10 sorcerer because and with a few other things that she.
so sorcerers, they're kind of like elemental powers, aren't they?
Yeah, you can.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood, or you can be a divine gift. Not giving too much away, but it can be a divine gift sorcerer. It can be wild magic as well. So yes, you are right. Gandalf is technically a sorcerer because he didn't read. But it's actually he could.
He's a Kim wizard. He's the Uber wizard. He's the wizard of all wizards. Shut the fuck up. Gandalf is a wizard.
Well,
Come
actually,
on.
the Wizard of Oz is the. Well, he's actually more of an artificer, isn't he? The Wizard of
Who?
Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, the Wizard of Oz is not a real wizard.
I've got Roger
sort of
Deacon
point.
as a sorcerer. Because, I mean, how does he do it? That cinematography is always beautiful.
Yeah, must come from somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think about sorcerer, apparently.
Yeah, I just went with.
You can have like Bruce from Bruce Almighty.
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
The genie.
Bruce
Aladdin.
from Bruce Almighty. No, he's not a paladin, is he? Because he is the god. So.
Yeah, but he's a divine. I mean,
Yeah, Sorcerer is something of a trick. Probably shouldn't have finished the Sorcerer because that's something of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what I just went with.
Can I add one in for Artificer before we go?
Please do.
MacGyver.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes.
And Naomi from The Expanse.
Yes, Naomi from The Expanse is definitely an Artificer as well.
Yeah.
Because of-
I mean, Tony Stark, obviously.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like, Jane Grey is also a sorcerer.
Oh, well, if we're doing
Jean
that,
Grey.
it's a little too on the nose, but Scarlet Witch is actually a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit. That might fall foul of the no, that person just is that thing rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So, I'll just shut up, I suppose.
Yeah, back in your box.
Okay,
Right?
it's a good shout. I accept it. I think it's good.
Okay. Well, there we go. So we've got some for everyone, and our party has about 45 people in it.
Artificer.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Who else is an artificer?
Yeah.
And missed that. Who else is an artificer?
Yes. Geordie LaForge.
Oh yeah.
I think Dan's internet.
Geordie
is a bit,
LaForge.
I believe Dan is connecting via a mobile
okay.
phone, and I think his signal is just giving us some excellent forehead action for a minute.
Geordie LaForge.
Geordie LaForge, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any engineer is technically just a artificer. If they just keep something going, it's just working magic. Bloodhunter, Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows. Guillermo is definitely a bloodhunter.
Isn't like a blood hunters thing that they have to they kind of take some of their energy, they use some of their being to empower themselves.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the blood, and his is in the blood.
That is
He
true, isn't it?
descended,
Yeah.
And it's kind of innate. And I just also wanted to get one of them in, and obviously Blade is a blood hunter.
You can have Nadia as a sorcerer.
Yeah, no idea.
That'd work.
Excellent. Dan, are you putting a hairband in your beard?
I just want to see if I can do it.
I do think it's about time you started braiding your beard. That looks like it could be exceptionally painful if it goes wrong. Nice.
Yeah.
I think you can pull this off.
Anyway, sorry.
So
Right.
we've now got a party of about 43 people. We'll start them all off at about level 5. I don't think there's much that they
should be
can
fun to balance in it.
they can deal with. That should do us quite nicely.
Yes. Right. Should we wrap this up then?
Yeah, I think that is probably about us spaffing on long enough, isn't it?
Thank you all for joining us tonight. It means a lot to us that you decide to spend your time with us, whether it's live or whether you're listening to us later on the podcast.
These people didn't decide, Dan. They're being made to do this.
Well, let's make it at least the illusion of choice, I suppose, is important. So, yeah, well, thank you for watching us. Thank you for listening to us. If you want to contact us about any of our endeavours, previous or the future, hit us up on Twitter, which is at TMTOOH, Instagram, which is at TMTOOH, or we are on TikTok, which is now at TMTOOH.
I'm going to have to update the socials graphic then, aren't I?
A little bit, yeah, sorry. If you want to email us, don't. Just don't. There's no point.
What is this? The 80s? Come on, get with the kids.
Yeah, we're on the TikTok, so to hop on there as well, because I'm going to put clips up on there. So yeah. So you see where it says Facebook, just pretend that's the TikTok logo on the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Russ, thank you very much. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Duncan, thank you very much. That was lovely.
I very much enjoyed it.
Dan's getting sincere in his farewells this evening.
If you want to know about the podcast, they will be going up next week. I've got a week off, so I'm going to spend some time putting the podcast up. Thank you all for much.
Just going to tail off into gibberish.
Well,
Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. Wave, everyone wave. We'll be back next week with some more content. Thank you, and
I love content.
cue the music.